In order to have a better life, you got to exploit that which you're walking away from. The reason that you got more is because you're taking away the opportunities that others have, and others got less. Don't you know that the gap that you see between the poor and you is resting over there in your cupboards, is resting over there in your bank, and you say they weren't smart enough to keep it? Come on. They weren't smart enough to keep it. You crook. But see, that's the way it is. That's identically the way it is. My whole mission, if I say it, is this. I want you to see this. I had to learn it. It took me a long time, sisters and brothers, but I learned this. And this is what I want you to hear. And there is a God. You can't see him. I don't even know if it's a him or a she, or if it's a person at all. But I know it's power. And it is the author of all existence. We do, by grace of that power, have choice. We're not robots. We have choice to do or not do. And we have an instructor who allows us to do that, but has in play a mechanism to teach us whether what we did was proper or not, because we reap what we sow. The seed we plant is the fruit we receive. And from that fruit, if that fruit is rotten, we know that what we did we should not do anymore. If that fruit is good, then keep right on, keep it on, until that fruit comes back tasting funny. Then you better start checking. But that's the way that power set it up to be. Somebody dropped that lie and told them that you could be better, and you started ripping folks off. And when you ripped off, you'd already stole. Now that person who is missing and absent that which he needs, how can he get it? Especially when you start putting markers and monopolizing jobs and various opportunities, and you say no. What are these people to do? Move on the bridges, or come back and steal from you? And then you pass laws and big bills and put them in jail saying they're stealing from you because you have stolen from them. I mean, God calls me to tell you, the people, what's going on. This is what's happening in America. This is what's happening in every corner of the earth. And this thing called global economy, they ain't trying to do nothing but spread the playing field. That's all. This global economy is not about correcting problems. I don't care what kind of lie you've been told. This is about spreading the playing field, the territory, to try for the elite to amass more. They don't give a hoot about the people. It's about what the games they're playing. And this is strictly a game that they're playing. But God still wants you to know that the power to change this is in your hands. Because though he said, do unto others as you would have others to do unto you, he also said, thou shalt have no other gods before me. And to whom one serves becomes the service of God. If you obey God, you need a house, you implement God's way. If you obey God, if you love God, if you represent God, and you need a car, glorify God, exemplify God, and get this car. Why? By changing the system around to accommodate God's way, which is God has put in each of us that which is required to make houses, to make cars, to make everything that exists. What for? For the people, for you and I to have, to experience, to use for whatever benefit is made for. We participate in the creation. We are entitled to receive from it. And that money is the tool of that lie. Now, rather than do things God's way, you're doing it according to the liar. And the liar using money to reward those that is under their employ. And everybody else, nobody gives a darn about them. That's why they're suffering. I ask you, you better choose God. Because that same influence that is messing over the rest of the world more, almost 90% or more of the world, will mess over you too. Even though you are the tool used to do the messing over of others. But when you've done your job well, and they don't need you anymore, then you become. You better think about this. Bye-bye.